All right, I'm coming out and I'm gonna just say it. When do you know when your man is too freaked out?
That's an important thing to know, though.
Yeah, nah, facts.
Yeah, you have to know it. I think sometimes social media gives it away.
Explain.
You ever see a man post at an awkward time? You
Like-
might catch him like, I know normal post times, you might during the day, people on point. It'd be that late night post.
Like a feed post or a story post?
It's always the story.
Okay.
And it probably should have been in the close friends, but they just left it for the whole
For the world to see.
all the following to see.
Okay.
You talking like 3, 4 in the morning?
So, not even.
You talking
Early in the night, 11:30, they about to get into the real freakazoid hours. It's like they showing you the freakazoid pregame.
It start that early?
Yeah. Anytime I see anything like with bondage related, anytime somebody won't be tied up, what happened?
Like BDSM bondage?
You know which one I'm talking
You
about.
know the one.
People, not you, but
Not
people put
me.
that on a story?
I've seen it.
I follow a dominatrix.
Yeah.
I show Q.
You did. I was very intimidated.
What you seen?
Wow.
Stuff I shouldn't have seen. And she was hella aggressive too.
Dominating him, wasn't she?
Super.
I know when my homie is too freaked out when it's not about having fun anymore.
Wait,
So
what is it
What is it
about?
about though?
Pain?
Yo, where they at? Yo, they in there.
Dang.
Yo, you ain't got no Jones in here.
It sounded just like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Thirsty
bad.
and hungry.
That's bad.
Malnourished.
Thungry.
Thungry. Yeah, that's a new one.
Wait, what's the definition on thungry?
Thungry.
Thirsty and hungry.
There
at the
you
same
go.
time.
I like that.
It's a combination of both.
Fiend.
Alright.
I don't like it though, because I feel like we should be able to have a good time, enjoy ourselves.
Maybe just tonight we don't need that, right?
Just tonight.
We don't have to ask where they at.
Not
We
tonight.
came out to shoot pool, bro. They're not in here.
Yeah.
They're not in here tonight.
Like, why does everything just got to be about the? Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like me, women.
Yeah.
Definitely love women.
Okay.
But come on now.
P,
We
what's
don't
the signs for you when your man just too freaky?
When they say certain things, that's like when the moment, how would I explain it?
It don't fit.
Yeah,
Like,
it don't
y'all
fit.
in church,
Like
you thinking
certain-
about fucking.
Yeah, certain things that at the moment is uncalled for. Like
Yeah.
I can't even come up with an example.
I got an example for you.
Yeah,
Your man pull up to the baby shower.
facts.
I was there. I was
Facts.
there.
And he pull you over to the side of your P.
But I did.
Where they at though?
Yeah, something like
See?
that.
Asking you
I
about
didn't do
something
that.
in the baby shower, like yo,
Facts.
that's my
All right.
cousin, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Did I do that to you, Pierre?
Nah.
I kept it to myself, right?
Yeah, I actually tried to.
Because they was in there.
I tried to put you on to somebody, but
Nah, no. Keep that low key. We talk
in
about
the
it later.
baby shower, he tried.
Yeah.
Because look, as a
legend.
friend, if I see a situation that you need to be in, I gotta tell you.
How you knew he
If I
needed
know
to be
you're
in
not
it?
freaky, because Alex,
He saw my eyes.
yeah, no, I didn't, but Alex is a sex symbol. A lot of we see a lot of
No, we
comments.
get that a lot.
You know what I mean about
Yeah.
Alex.
No,
So,
no.
Yeah.
See, that's
They
the
don't
problem.
ask nothing about us. It's always
Nothing.
about this
See?
gentleman
we,
right here.
we
See?
cease to exist in
It's okay.
in the world.
See?
It's okay.
You see?
Our day will
So,
come.
This.
Our day will come.
You see that? So you can't be vulnerable.
How
by
you
your
feel?
homie.
How do you feel
See?
being
That was how I feel.
Yeah,
my
nah.
fault? My fault.
Mhm. No, finish.
How do you feel,
Yeah.
Alex, knowing that you are every podcast that you go on, every time you speak, you are the sex symbol for
Yeah.
I
that.
am not.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first
I am
time I'm
not.
saying that. And the
Yeah,
reason why I'm
you
saying
are.
is because anybody who's listening, I saw me real good. If you're listening, if you're watching,
Yeah.
right, make sure you give it a few days, look at the comments, and
We
see
should
how
pull
many
the comments
are
too.
valid.
Just have them randomly
Don't.
splash
Yeah,
up on the
facts.
Yeah, we'll
In
do
this
that.
moment right here.
We got a great team. They can handle that.
But to answer the question, if the moment doesn't call for if the moment doesn't call for and you're just saying something random that has nothing to do with
Yeah.
the moment and just all about girls, it's like, all right, bro, like
Talking about for your
I'm gonna
home.
take a mental note. Yeah, I'm taking a
Yeah.
mental note. I'm like, all right, yeah. You
I also take a mental note of how many women you follow.
okay, like the
Like, I
ratio.
got, I got this one homie. I ain't gonna snitch on him. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna do it. You
Nah,
say
you about to.
Facts.
I'm gonna snitch. He don't listen.
He's about to.
He
This will be
tied-
the episode you listen.
He tied to the
Definitely.
streets. Like,
Oh, okay.
he not.
Okay.
He don't care what we
Married
doing
to
up.
the streets, huh?
Yeah, gangster. We ain't,
Okay.
we ain't worry about what we talking
Don't
about
worry
up here.
us.
He follow about 8,000 people.
And-
100 of them are men.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
That's a good
What's-
sign too. Because
how
you
many-
don't need to follow every
Hmm?
single woman. Like
Yeah.
just look sometimes and just you don't have to hit the follow.
Yeah.
don't
What's
have
his
to.
ratio? Like how many is he following?
he following like 7.
My
He's at the
fault.
limit.
How many are following him? I should
He's
add.
at the limit.
He's at the limit. I think the
Oh,
limit for
yeah,
Instagram
is he
is like
getting a
70.
follow back though? Or is his ratio just completely thrown off?
Yeah.
He got like 136 followers, right? And it's all the
8,000
dudes.
followers.
Yeah.
Following 7,400, 2,005 followers.
That's bad.
Freaked
Not
out.
good. Freaked out. Freaked out.
Nigga too freaked out.
Too freaked out.
Yeah, like
baddies, like IG baddies, or like
all of them.
Hold on.
That's
They
why I
might
want
not
to send
even
them
be
down.
baddies. They just women.
dang.
That's why I want to send them
Yeah.
down.
Watch this, Q. How many of them are mutuals with you?
Walk them down.
What'd you say?
Huh?
Nah, if anything, I learn when I go over there.
I get it.
What do you learn?
Of different cultures.
Okay.
Nah,
Yeah.
I got one for y'all though, real quick before we leave this. How you know
Yeah.
when you being too freaky?
Mm.
Like you ever got slowed down? Like, hey, big dog.
It's a mental thing.
All right.
No, it's not.
Nah, nah, nah.
I
that's
see
okay.
what you're saying.
Like you start overthinking some shit in your head, like
Yeah, that's too much.
you start living through what you're seeing.
Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting way to put it.
Like
That's an
you
interesting
start
way to
living
put
through what you've seen on your phone. You'd be like, you know what, man? If that was me, I would do it like this.
Yeah. And then you tried it?
That's what I need. No,
Nah.
maybe.
You got a hard stop?
Yeah.
I ain't like when you did that.
it.
My God.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna introduce ourselves.
Please,
This time.
right after the freaky shit.
You know we do a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
bad job.
That's the
doing
only way
it.
it would make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy A, as always. Welcome back to another episode of We Have More Thoughts. I am accompanied by my marvelous co-host,
Yeah.
P,
Yo,
Q.
Yo,
we got
I'm
the
gonna
new.
out-yo you.
Hey,
Yeah.
word?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't want to yell on the
Yeah.
thing. I was saying we got a new intro.
Oh, we got one?
Dang, I just forgot.
Because we all have the types of names that you could just coin with a letter.
We do.
Yeah.
I'm Alex A.
Yeah.
And I'm P. And you're
No,
Q.
you gotta say your whole name and then the short
Yeah,
for
the
it.
fuck, yeah, you fucked
My
it
whole
up.
government?
Yeah, so they know what the
Yes.
P is short for. Can't just abbreviate shit. They
I
still
hate it.
learning us.
Supposed to be a father.
So you gotta say
man.
I'm Pierre, but P for short.
Oh, okay. I'm Pierre, but P for short.
See, you know,
He said it like he didn't know his
scared now.
name.
He didn't know if that's him.
He
Who am
thought
I?
it was a trap.
Yeah. Quincy, Q for short.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
So we got A, P, Q. What's the best order for that though? I don't know how to organize that.
APQ. It's like, hey, we on our P's and Q's.
But I don't want a man saying that.
You don't?
You heard the bass in that?
Our producer wants us to find a stripper to say that.
A stripper?
Yeah, that's
Or-
what he said.
A female with a nice voice.
Okay.
I took that as a stripper.
Sultry voice.
Of course. Yeah.
Because that's the only way it would make sense.
Nah,
for
I'm
Alex.
seeing the, I'm seeing the vision now.
You seeing it?
Yeah.
You might be on to
You want a
something.
lusty one.
Yeah.
Freak. That's how
That's
you know
see?
your man too freaked out.
See?
We
When
just
you
needed
want
a drop.
When you want a freaky
So
voiceover.
we're gonna get a stripper to do it.
Yeah.
The producer said it, not me.
And guess what? I
And
love
you
the
agreed,
idea.
right?
I think it's
Great
an-
idea.
I think it's an amazing idea.
Amazing idea.
Yeah, we'll
Who
do
am I
some
to
rec-
step on that?
We'll do some recruiting.
Any
soon.
ladies out there? You want to put the flyer
PSA?
out?
The PSA out.
Okay.
Okay,
In the
yeah.
comments,
If any one of you are looking to speak for this illustrious cast,
Yeah.
if you want to do a voiceover,
If
for
you've done
us.
voiceover work in the past,
Yeah.
yeah.
If your voice is sultry, if anyone has ever told you your voice is sultry,
If you sound like Mariah Carey when he hitting it,
if you had one of them fire voicemails when people actually still have voicemails,
my fault. Go ahead, say
yeah,
it.
no, just a fire voicemail. You're like, hey, what's up? This is Angelica.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
Oh, that was in your ear.
Yeah, that was all.
it's because he was saying it. That's the problem. He got one of them deep.
Wait, somebody was fucking Mariah Carey. You said that?
Alex,
Hmm?
say what you said, Alex.
If you have a voice like Mariah Carey when he's hitting it,
All right.
Let me
Who's
know.
he?
you know, somebody out there.
Oh, Anderson. Right?
Yo, all right, you pod, you ready?
I'm ready. Took off the warm ups.
Yeah, you took off the ones. Let's go to the layup line.
All right.
Now, I was asking y'all this last time I saw you,
Mhm.
but we never got to speak about it on camera.
Okay.
And this came about because on this thing we call life,
Yeah.
there's
that's the
just
thing.
certain things you're going to pay full price for.
Yeah.
There's just certain things you're going to get away with.
You got to. You have to find a way. You got
Got
to
to.
find a loophole.
Gotta find a loophole, right?
Because you can't pay full price for everything.
You're going to start getting really annoyed.
And poor.
Most importantly.
Yeah.
And I thought about this as I was pulling one of my favorite finesses at a restaurant I visit frequently.
Oh, so you go there often and you still finessing them.
No, that's right.
So if you do that,
Think
at
about
what
it.
point do you stop going?
And they probably think
Ever.
you're a loyal customer, huh?
They're probably building
The
the case
bestest.
against you.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
yeah.
Think about it.
Y'all trying to scare me to go back?
Think about it. No, we're trying to scare you to not go back.
Yeah.
You keep
Behave
finessing.
yourself.
Now it's me, right?
Stop doing
Yeah.
that, yo.
I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Stop.
When I go to Chipotle,
Mhm.
I made it seem like it was
Yeah,
Nobu.
yeah,
like
Yeah.
blue ribbon sushi.
Yeah, I thought it was something crazy.
I'm like, nah, when I go to Chipotle,
I thought you was sitting down. You don't even get to sit down.
Gotta
I like
stand.
Chipotle because they let you get away with it.
They do.
They do.
What's your hack?
How?
Because there's so many Chipotle hacks.
And I'm going to tell y'all my hack. And I guess it's my finesse because I want to know you guys' favorite finesses in life.
Alright.
Okay.
My favorite finesse is when I go into Chipotle pay about $12 for the bowl, and ask for a water cup.
What you do with the cup?
Hey, the water cup is just like that big ass beverage that you pay for.
It's unlimited.
It's unlimited,
It's
baby.
It's unlimited.
You go right over to that little drink area.
And they don't even question you. They let you get away with the scam.
Yeah, no,
they know
should.
I'm about to pour up
Nah,
lemonade.
facts.
Because don't press me about the soda that's not coming out your check, though.
A water cup.
Yeah,
A water cup. I ain't never put water in it.
Never.
In McDonald's, they call it a courtesy cup, right?
Yeah, the McDonald's joint is mad tiny though.
Yeah.
Y'all
It's
still go there?
disrespectful
It's like that.
Y'all still go there?
in emergencies,
Yeah.
I'm talking bougie. I'm just
times of need.
times of need.
Yeah,
Shouldn't never be that hard, right?
fries and apple pie.
You doing the IQ?
I do okay.
No, I'm about to start telling the truth up
Nah,
here.
I do what I can.
Yeah, fix it.
I do it.
I'm about to start
do what
telling
I can.
Yeah, both of y'all are doing all right.
I mean, listen, God is good all the time.
See that?
Whenever they do that,
That's when you know
Yeah.
he a
It's coming
freakazoid.
in, yeah.
Nah, you gotta
freaky.
speak life. You gotta
Yeah,
speak life.
I know
So
you.
my finesse is if I go to Dunkin', right?
Okay.
You know how, or Wendy's, right? You know how they give you a large cup of ice, or they put mad ice in the drink?
yeah,
You want to tell him no ice?
No ice. Or I either go no ice or less ice because it's coming out the machine cold already.
Yeah.
If you take the amount of ice they give you, if you were to take the ice out, it's probably like this much beverage.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
that's a fact.
So the finesse is, if you want more for your buck, ask for less ice or no ice, or a side of ice in a cup, and then put the drink.
Pierre,
in
what
the
the
ice.
fuck?
I'm
No,
telling you.
that's not a finesse.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
All right, so next time you get
No,
a
it's
drink,
not.
ask for all the ice.
No.
No.
You're gonna
Okay.
get no drink.
But
Tell
he
me-
making his
and-
own drink because
and
he
you gonna
done
pay-
stole a drink already.
There you go.
Boom.
See,
So
So you paying $8 for ice. How do you feel
Well, he
knowing
mad
that
now.
you paying
Mad now,
$8
yeah.
for ice and
we
no
wa-
beverage?
We warmed him up.
but,
Like-
but I think it's a preference, not a finesse. Think about it.
No,
No?
no.
Because you can elect to get a drink without ice. Am I
Yeah.
bugging?
So yeah,
Right? So
Some people
to
don't.
ask
Some
a-
people don't like ice for real.
Some people don't like ice for real.
They're not even trying to finesse.
When I go on a Chipotle
yeah.
and I get that water cup and I see the stupid motherfucker cop the large cup
Yeah.
when they could have asked for the water cup just like me and got it for free.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I got away with
Oh, you did it.
grand larceny.
You did.
So-
Grand larceny.
So think about it this way:
Yeah.
if you got 2 cups,
Okay.
right?
If Sally has
Yeah.
2 apples,
He about to break it all the way down to you.
4th grade math
And,
right here.
and they give you, like, let's call it medium, right? And they give
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah, it's
the
math for
recommended amount of ice that's in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you were to take out the ice from both of those, right, and you
Yeah.
put it in one cup, that could be like half the cup, half of the medium cup. If you take the ice out,
Just let him go. No, just let him go. Just let him go.
Alright.
you know
Just
what
let
it is?
him go.
I just like making
love
sure
Pierre.
that I'm getting the full
Bang
bang
for
for
your
my
buck.
buck.
If you pay for that drink, you want the full
I want
amount
the
that you're supposed to
whole,
get.
yeah, bro.
I
Because I'm
respect
not
that.
paying $8 for ice.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I gotta take you on one of my missions. We
Yeah.
gotta break the law.
No,
I
that's
used
that's
to
one
do
of the
that.
things I liked about the pandemic though, because they was giving out the bottled drinks during the pandemic. They shut
Okay.
down the fountain drink completely.
Yeah.
So
Where
that way there was no ice. Yeah.
What they was doing that at?
The McDonald's by me. Instead of
See, I knew he was living good. The
No,
McDonald's
no.
by him was giving full
No, this
bottles,
is when I
right?
was still living in poverty.
Oh, you was still in the peas.
Yeah. I would-
Okay.
Come
My
on
fault.
now. I
My
wouldn't go to
fault. You-
McDonald's now.
Oh,
Told
yeah.
you it was emergency based.
You're right. I'm
But
sorry.
Back then it was.
Yeah,
You
you're
know
a
what I mean?
Nobu guy.
Noble.
Yeah,
If I could make it on time.
I've been there a couple times.
same.
Been there a couple times.
Good eats. Good eats.
I don't know if this another finesse.
Yeah, give me
Yeah,
another
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is when I wasn't reformed.
Okay.
Like
Before you were
reformed-
saved.
Before you met the Lord.
Before I met the Lord, before I knew the difference between right and
Yeah.
wrong,
That's
right?
fair.
Yeah.
I used to go to like a department store and I get 2 shirts. I say I'm getting 2 shirts. I say I want to get a shirt, right? Shirt,
Right.
expensive. At the time, I didn't really have money like that, right?
Right.
I would get the expensive shirt
Yep.
that I want, and then one that's cheaper. And you know how most shirts have the tag?
Yeah.
You bend the little plastic thing and you switch tags, and then you go up to the thing and pay for.
I did a similar crime.
Oh, shit.
I did a similar crime.
Yo.
That was actually one of my finesse, but a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By,
Adjacent.
by the grace of God, listen. By the grace of God,
I'm sorry for doubting you. I didn't know
Came
you.
back with a strong one.
Yeah, he
didn't
came back with a
by
strong
the
one.
grace of God, I never got caught. But
You was cracking them like that.
Yeah.
me and my mans, I'm not gonna shout my mans out.
Because y'all both
It
going to
wasn't
jail
Lewis.
after this.
It wasn't Lewis, though.
Did a little
Somebody else.
wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I seen
My
Lou
boy
too.
Myrtle.
Come
Nah,
on,
nobody knows his
Myrtle
name.
Beach.
Nah,
I know that
that's
nigga
not
too
his
freaky
real
with a
name.
name like Myrtle.
That's not his real name. That's
Hey, what you
that's
think he
his
doing at
nickname.
11?
Nasty.
But
Alright.
yeah. I don't know if that's finessing crime. Is that
No,
is a
that's-
fine
No.
line?
Part of finesse is committing a little crime in there.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. That was part of my finesse though.
Okay.
I used to do something very similar.
Oh
to
my God, I'm
go-
working with criminals.
Yeah, go in the department store,
Reform
right?
criminals.
Oh my God.
Macy's, get the nice polo. Remember when the striped polos, like if you had a striped polo on,
That's the
What?
Kanye
come
era.
on, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Hell
Go in
yeah.
there and get a nice $97 striped polo. The expensive joint.
Easter joint.
Yeah, because they had the regular
Yeah.
joints. And when you put a couple stripes on there, they might change the little material, might have a little jean on the collar or
Okay.
something.
They got a little
Ooh,
freaky.
Nice joint, right?
Yeah.
Get you one of those, buy it, just come back the next day, grab the same shirt off the rack, and return that shirt.
Wait.
Wait.
Yes.
So essentially,
I would go in the store with just a bag the next day. I already bought the shirt. Shirt is at the crib, right? So I'm coming back to the store with the receipt and taking that shirt off the rack and returning the shirt from the store,
Got
getting
a
my money back.
Got a free $97 back.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I returned the shirt that's already in the store.
You
That was one of my. I did that for a while. Thank God I was
by the grace of God,
by
right?
the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
Because I met the Lord.
they're gonna start calling this Vlad TV if
Yeah.
I ask y'all any more questions.
Hell no.
That was one of mine. And then one of my favorite ones is not that complex. It's just having 27 emails.
Yo.
I love
mean?
that. The free trials.
Yes.
Get a month free if you're a new customer signing
Oh,
up.
okay.
I have 97 emails. For
Did
that.
you keep the same password?
Always the same password.
Right.
Yeah.
That way you remember.
Got to.
Yeah.
Just add a couple
Oh.
numbers at the end. Yeah.
Or what do you call that? A capital letter.
My favorite fake email was me and just add numbers because
Cute.
me was always taken. So
Get up.
How many E's?
How many E's?
At least 5.
Get up.
He said
Yo.
Me
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
You got to put numbers too because somebody
Already
there's
had it.
somebody out there with the me with 5 E's. So if you just hit a random salad of numbers on there,
A random salad of numbers.
yeah.
The fact that there are other people who also have the same idea
That's
scares me.
what I'm telling you.
Yo.
But that's an easy finesse right there.
Yeah.
Nah, man. You know what? Don't take advice from us.
Nah, don't do that. Don't
All
do
right.
that.
Wait.
Yeah.
You have another one?
Do I have another
more,
finesse?
more crime related?
I don't know if I can share that here.
It's still going on. Huh?
We a law abiding.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, it's still hitting.
It's still going on.
Yeah,
ain't
as
it?
soon as it dry up, P, I'm gonna run up in here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let the people know that one's a little better than water cups at Chipotle.
A little more lucrative, huh?
I got a question for us, but I'm gonna save it.
You gonna save
Yeah,
it?
I'm gonna save it.
You sure?
It's more along the lines of that. We could take that out. Take this part out.
All right, we might revisit it in this episode.
I bet.
All right, now I did say don't take our advice.
Nah.
However, there are some people out there that are taking ChatGPT's advice.
Oh man,
I don't know if the two of you have seen this trend online.
it's
of-
going around.
Yeah,
I have a
What's
friend
going
who's done that.
funny because so does Q.
I have a friend too.
Yeah.
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 And before I play this clip,
Yeah.
I'm realizing that some of y'all out there that how do I say this nicely?
Nah, just put it out bluntly.
Dress it up.
We're all
I
friends.
see y'all talking to technology for things that have to do with your life.
Okay.
All right. You're asking technology for some reasonable responses back on what you should do.
Mhm.
I think that's the nicest way I could put.
No, that was well put.
That was pretty okay, right?
Yeah. Because the technology they asking, that technology wouldn't happen to have a life that they have to account for.
No, never that.
No.
Only your best interest, depending on what you ask.
Only your best of
Yeah.
interest.
Yeah.
And I thought someone told me that they had asked ChatGPT for some advice a few
Okay.
weeks back.
Yeah.
Thought nothing of it, but they were lying.
Yeah.
And then I decided to do it myself.
Okay.
Yo, you asked?
Yeah, because the version that I saw, the example I saw,
Yeah.
Shorty was on there talking real ratchet, like real ghetto.
Love a
Okay.
ratchet mouth.
I got
huh?
no problem with some ratchetness and some ghettoness.
You like
though.
that, don't you?
We come from that.
He said we. Speak for
We don't
yourself.
got, we don't got, what you mean? What you mean, nigga? You came straight from Haiti, man.
Haiti's not ratchet.
Says who?
It says me.
Says me. All
That's
right.
fair.
See?
What I'm gonna do?
Nah.
I'm gonna argue is right.
big
I ain't-
Zo.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
Zo.
yeah.
Big Zo.
Okay.
I ain't gonna do nothing. But the way she was talking to ChatGPT was very, as if she was talking to one of her homegirls.
She was very confident.
Yeah, she was like, ChatGPT, why this nigga keep cheating on me?
And chat had a.
ChatGPT responded back like it was her homegirl.
Oh.
Like,
ChatGPT said, girl, he don't deserve you. So then that's when I started scratching my head. I was
Wait, what?
like, wait, what the fuck?
What's going on?
Is ChatGPT getting this personable? So then I elected to try.
You wanted to test it out?
Yeah. I said, how to handle the ops.
That's what you asked?
How to handle the ops?
Look what he want help with.
Because look what she asked. I wanted to see if ChatGPT would speak to me on some nigga shit.
You wanted to see how well-rounded
ChatGPT was.
Okay.
Because if it was talking to her like that,
you gotta get something.
I gotta see how it would respond
He
on some
trying to
hood
see
shit.
if ChatGPT is cultured.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
I wanted to see that.
All
So I
right.
said, ChatGPT, how to handle the ops. Advice isn't that bad.
Decent?
Pretty decent.
The ops will be handled with this advice?
Funny you said handled. He says handling ops. Depends on the context you're referring to. First and foremost, in personal or social situations, stay calm and stay composed. Don't react impulsively.
Nah.
Respond thoughtfully and try to understand the other person's perspective. Set boundaries. In my head, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. This ain't gonna work with the ops.
Setting boundaries with the
Setting
ops.
boundaries.
Yo, dog, don't come to my block past 10. I'm gonna be asleep.
You gonna be signaling them what to do.
Yeah.
And not on no street level shit too. Just like regular people you might have
Just
disagreements
don't really
with.
vibe with.
Yeah, like your natural opponents.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, stay calm and composed. No.
No.
Set boundaries. No. Effective communication. Hell no.
No.
This is the funny part too, and we're gonna get to this clip that
gotta
Q
get
sent me.
Yeah.
This shit is fucking gold.
Go.
In business or career, focus on your strengths and collaborate. No. Then I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? That advice isn't that bad.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not.
Like if I'm reformed,
Yeah.
But you wanted to be a little like
yeah,
a
I
little bit
wanted
more hood.
Yeah, I wanted him to talk to me like a nigga. The way I wish I would have seen the
Try
way
not to say that.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
yo.
right.
I wish you would have seen the way he was talking to her.
You
Okay.
jealous?
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta ask her. Maybe she
Yeah.
had the crack version of.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jailbroken ChatGPT.
Yeah,
They got a jailbroken ChatGPT?
They gotta be.
That might
And
have
there was a
been what she was
jailbroken
using.
iPhone.
Or it could be ChatGPT Pro. Because once they put the
Mm.
Pro on it.
Oh yeah, I ain't paying for my shit. So the free version probably don't come with the
Yeah,
hood
don't
nigga
come-
shit.
You know how
Okay.
Siri's got different voice dialects?
Yeah.
Maybe they got that for ChatGPT.
I would do that. I would let them whore out my voice. Hit me up. I'm gonna play this clip now.
Okay.
All right.
How long have you been single?
3 years.
So you haven't been talking to nobody in them 3 years?
I was dating myself for 2 years of the 3.
Does that mean you went to therapy?
Yeah, for sure.
Quick, what's your therapist's name?
It was an AI. I did AI. therapy. AI therapy. 2025. I'm just trying to be.
Not Chat GPT therapy.
Trying to be progressive.
That's
great.
He said 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he was single for 3 years, but he was dating himself for 2 of those years. Then Shorty asked him, do you have a therapist?
And he said ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And that's
So it was
also what
AI.
I thought about when I thought about advice being given by ChatGPT. I'm like, oh, you therapist. You're in for a long haul.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's probably a way cheaper option, right?
I better lower them prices.
Yeah. A lot of people don't have insurance, or their insurance don't cover mental
Don't
health
cover it,
or
yeah.
whatever. So
Yeah.
if you need advice and you need somebody to talk you off the ledge,
Yeah.
All right.
ChatGPT.
We're gonna do this live right now.
Oh,
Oh man,
you're asking her.
I'm nervous.
I'm in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
What is some relationship questions that we should ask them to see if this is actually pretty solid?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know going to a therapist, you're not only speaking about your relationships and the people you deal with,
Yeah.
but it is an aspect that people do delve into.
Yeah.
So, what's a question I should ask ChatGPT for relationships?
How can Alex be a better boyfriend?
How can I be a better boyfriend?
No, don't say I. You gotta say Alex because she might know you.
No, she
No.
don't know me.
This
Okay.
is real personal.
Okay,
fact.
you see how he want me to go out?
Because
dying
it's
to know
about
what
how you
happens.
prompt.
I bet.
Yeah.
Okay. How can I be a better boyfriend?
Let me see if I'm gonna do the same thing and insert your name and see if
Insert your name.
Yeah, you do that. You probably got the pro. Let me tell you what it say from our free version. Being a better boyfriend is about showing love,
Mm.
support, and respect while also being attuned into your partner's needs. Here are some tips to help improve your relationship. Communicate openly. Keep the lines of communication open. Show appreciation, little gestures of appreciation. Be supportive.
Okay.
See, nah.
Nah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, nah, that ain't gonna work.
That ain't it, y'all. That ain't it, y'all. That ain't it, y'all.
I'm not trying to
Now you know what that reminds me of?
devalue what they're telling me. I'm just saying.
I was watching something, and they said, "Yo, being the good guy never works."
Oh,
So hearing you say that, that puts me in the mind
I
frame.
feel like that's not it.
No, I think those are actually some pretty.
Good. It seems very surface level though.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, Pierre.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're looking for okay.
Yeah, I don't want to devalue.
Like,
the
how
points.
do I communicate better?
Boom.
That's something that you can get from a therapist, right? You can have
There you go.
a human interaction with somebody and say, hey, what are some ways that I can communicate better with my partner? Just telling me, yo, you need to communicate better. I know that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's why I'm not being a good boyfriend right now. You probably already know why you're not a good boyfriend or girlfriend.
And not for nothing, the therapist is a human, so they make you feel things.
Right.
So as opposed to just reading, I salute to your homeboy.
Shout out to Evan.
I think it's innovative that he even thought to do that.
Yeah.
I just feel like when you're dealing with a person, they can check you with their body language.
Yeah.
They can check you with not only their words, but how they're responding to you. Their tone of voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reading this shit feel like I'm back in school.
And you can speak from experience.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's therapist has been in a relationship, is in a relationship, has past experiences. So you can speak to, maybe I wasn't communicating the best with my partner before. Maybe this is something that we have in common.
Yeah.
You can learn from my mistake. ChatGPT don't. No experience.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give P finish real quick.
So I too have a friend who I was on the phone with him probably like a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
And he had mentioned to me that he used ChatGPT to kind of help him out in a relationship sense. Initially, I was like, oh shoot, I've never really like envisioned that concept before.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, at first, I was like, all right, that's kind of a little bit different. Let me just hear him out. And he said it actually helped, and it helped him. Like,
does he speak specifically?
Yeah.
What was it?
I can't say that.
Pierre,
yo, what's wrong with him?
We're on a.
What's wrong with him?
Oh, give me the subject.
It was about. It was about reconnect.
He gonna say, yeah, my homeboy asked.
It was about
oh my God, Pierre, what
reconnecting.
happened? I can't say
that. After you ask him for specifics.
It was about reconnecting in a relationship.
Okay.
And then he felt that the advice that ChatGPT gave him, he applied it and saw the fruits of it, and it really helped. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How to treat it.
I just don't want to put his business out there.
No, you don't got to put his business out there. I'm just trying to see, for the people out there, how should they shape their questions to ChatGPT if they're broke and don't want to go to a therapist?
You got to be so what I know about AI is it's all about prompt writing or prompt engaging.
Yeah.
So if you could prompt the AI service ChatGPT well, that's why I was like, hey, be super specific.
Yeah.
Type in Alex.
Okay. So the more you give it, the more it gives back.
Yeah.
But my shit is a basic bitch name. Everybody's Alex.
No, tell him the last name.
Yeah, facts.
No.
Put your last name into the ether.
Hey, you got me.
Broke the AI.
Hey, those are my initials too.
Nah, they are.
Let that go over your
Yeah,
head.
come on.
He is AI.
Come on. He's in the future.
Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. In terms of a therapist, because this is the pushback I wanted to give Q with what he said before you responded, P.
Yeah.
A therapist, I feel, is supposed to wait. Before I even go any deeper, have any of y'all gone to therapy?
Yeah,
I have,
currently in therapy.
I have.
Why'd y'all stop? This be my beef with y'all.
Because you're still in therapy. Are you still going? Because I stopped.
I'm like in and out, but I kind of stopped.
You kind of stopped?
Yeah.
Okay, why'd you go and why'd you leave?
Too much bread.
See?
It was she didn't take insurance.
Okay.
So
and then you would have to pay out of pocket.
Yeah.
I hope it's not TMI. How much would it be out of pocket for you at the time?
Oh, roughly.
Roughly, yeah. Like an estimate.
So it was like 130, 150
per session, right?
Per session.
And it adds up.
That adds up quick.
But that's on the lower end.
No, I know.
I've been looking, and there was a guy. Apparently, he's had raving reviews.
Wait,
I think he was.
That's on the lower end.
Yeah.
So that's like if you want a bad one.
$250 a session.
Nah, she had 250. I got quoted with 325 from another person.
Now you got to walk them down on that. They hitting you with the highs,
and it wasn't even the whole hour. It was 55 minutes.
Nah,
I ain't gonna lie. For $325 a session, my life better be changed in a week, nigga.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that kind of threw me off too. He said, like, you know how usually there's like an initial assessment kind of thing.
Yep.
If you gave the assessment free of charge and then just charged me on the second one, so now we could talk about what the assessment came to.
Yep.
All right, we could talk, but to charge me $320 or whatever it is, $300 for the assessment, and the follow-up is crazy.
Yeah. No, I
agree with that.
I know some therapists that might do the assessment for free just to get some people in the door. That's how they find new clients. Or they just do the assessment at a very low rate. Because you're kind of driving in the traffic to yourself, and then somebody might really take a liking to you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So,
And here's the BS. The other reason why I kind of stopped. This lady, very cool, helped me out a lot, right?
Yeah.
Mad hate about to come. He always does this.
Like an avalanche.
Yeah.
I'm saying you gotta lead with love at all times.
Always.
Nah, I know about that.
She basically told me, look, like when you have an issue, don't come here.
Huh?
Yeah, bro.
And this is my beef.
So I'm like, what you mean? I'm here for you. Like you supposed to help me. So it don't matter
so
what's going on.
What am I supposed to pull up?
Facts.
When you have an issue,
Don't pull up.
don't go to her.
Yeah.
What was her reasoning?
She coined it as when you're in crisis. That's like the term. So I took social work. I
Okay,
graduated my
and when
degree
I'm in
social work.
crisis, I go to a damn hospital. There's people there to help, right?
Yeah. No, I've worked in mental health since 2015. So not as a therapist, but within the department.
So if a person is in crisis, Q, would you elect for them to stay by themselves?
No. At our clinic, like we encourage patients to come in when they're in crisis, right? That's why we have walk-in patients, right? So if you're in a crisis, something's really going on. Probably the safest place for you to come is to the clinic, right? Because if you're in crisis, and I don't want to get too deep and like serious out, but like you can have suicidal ideations, things of that nature. So you kind of need the help in that moment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to trying.
So I want to ask you again, Pierre, what was her reasoning?
So I want to also mention, again, I graduated with a degree in social work. There's different levels or different severities of the coin in crisis, right?
True.
Yeah.
But she was basically like alluding to the fact that like, hey, like if this thing is always an issue, like we're never gonna really get to like the stuff that we need to get to.
That is true.
But I'm like, I don't decide when things happen. Like, yo, I'm here. You know what I mean?
Right.
let's talk about
it. If she gave you that advice early on, I would say that's bad advice because those are skills that you have to grow within the therapy, right? So you learn crisis management skills as you're going through therapy, right? That's something that comes later on. You just don't walk in 1 or 2 sessions like, yeah, I got it.
And you're
good
to
know
go.
What I'm saying? Yeah. So
and when she used crisis, I was like, yo, don't like to put that label on me.
She put that crisis on you?
Like, yo, I'm not like going through the worst thing in the world. Like, it's just like, yo, I got an issue and I need help.
Yeah, I need to talk through this. Like, I'm hot right now.
So,
yeah.
But they also do say that therapists, like, aren't cookie cutter. So you got to sometimes have to keep
finding new. Yeah. I stopped because it just wasn't a fit. Like when I was going consistently, I was a little bit younger. But I told y'all on a previous episode I had really bad anxiety. So I'm like, let me try therapy. Maybe there's somebody that can help me out with this. But they were like kind of searching for like a deep rooted issue. I'm like, dog, I'm fine. Like nothing happened to me when I was 6. Like I'm straight. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have a troubled past type.
Yeah. After a while,
tell us about your childhood.
Yeah, it was a lot of that. I'm like, dog,
I was loved.
Yeah, both my parents. Yeah, my grandparent. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was straight. So it was just like after a while, I'm like, maybe this isn't. They're trying to get at something that's just not on my problem list. Like I'm straight with that. So
well, they better fix up.
And like the other thing that I'm kind of like 50-50 on, like I know at the end of the day it's a business. So even though you know
that's my biggest issue with it.
I wouldn't mind going back though, honestly.
Yeah.
I think mental health is important. Like it's just part of your health, just like physical health. I think mental health, like you need a little tune up sometimes, or just need to flush out some thoughts to somebody. Yeah.
My problem with it is, I think it's needed. I want to say that first.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be irresponsible with a topic like this, especially with what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
A lot of shit will make you turn insane in your brain.
Quick.
I'm gonna put it like that. Quickly, especially with what's going on these days. For me, it's just that I put a lot of emphasis on the person that I'm telling this information to.
Okay.
And maybe that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because for me, and this is just my brain, if you ain't got your life figured out,
as a therapist, or just
all right, but what's figured out real quick? Just like a baseline level of figured out.
Baseline for me would be you have to be in a happy relationship.
Rent paid.
You know how to deal with tumultuous situations.
Yeah,
to some extent.
To a certain extent.
Okay.
Yeah, just I want you to be well rounded.
But you do know the therapist has a therapist.
I know. That's what fucks me up. I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'll be very frank with you. The fact that the therapist is human fucks me up.
So
Hey, dude,
what else is
this AI shit might be for me.
Oh, because you're saying because
I'm not
humans
mad
are
at that.
infallible.
Yes.
Okay.
You see where I'm getting at?
Yeah.
So you would do the AI. You would do the AI therapy.
I think I would do a combination of the both.
You greedy, yeah.
I am. I
You
want
all
it
the
all.
help you can get, right? You need it.
I need it.
You need it.
No bullshit. Because the AI, they not keeping a buck with me. And with the people, I feel like, can you truly speak to the things I'm talking about? Like, I've had certain people go to therapists, and maybe because of their background, the therapist's background,
Right.
or their culture, or how the therapist was raised,
Yeah.
whatever that person is telling them is not being
'Cause
digested.
That's like their
cooking.
ideations. Yeah, they have
Yes.
their own view and perspective of life.
I had a girl I used to deal with a couple years back. She had a Anglo-Saxon therapist.
Anglo-Saxon.
Clear.
Caucasian therapist.
Yeah, I like Anglo-Saxon. I like it. It sounds fly.
Okay.
I don't
Get it
know.
off.
Yeah.
We've been using that a lot.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna retire that word. So.
I got about 5 more left.
Yeah, at least.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And she's from the trenches.
Okay.
Okay, she's from the trenches.
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of
already.
interest, right.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, she was going there to unlearn some things. Going there to be a better person.
Some corrected behavior.
Some course correction.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I commended the fact that she even wanted to do that, especially coming from the background she came from.
Yeah.
However, she would tell me that some of the scenarios she was involved with that pained her in the past, and she telling it to the dude, and he's just like, oh my God, how could that ever happen?
Because I'm poor.
There's certain situations and scenarios that
you can't relate to.
That therapist could never relate to.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting here like, damn, so you got treated like dating? And I got
you
that's
do.
what they say.
And then what's whack too is like you might find the perfect therapist and then they move or they don't take your insurance no more. Or that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I used to work in a clinic. Like I'll see somebody build such a good relationship with a therapist and like, oh, this therapist is not here no more. She went over here now. And they're like, well, Mount Sinai doesn't take mine. And you got to start you have to start therapy all over. You have to meet somebody else and give them your origin story again. Like that gets draining. Like because you're reliving the trauma now. Like if you went through something really traumatic, now you have to explain this traumatic thing again and again and again. So it's just like it's hard.
And it's hard. You done already tried to build a rapport with this new therapist. Now you sitting here trying to pivot. Or now you keep all of the bullshit inside.
It's brewing. Bullshit just brewing.
Yeah, bullshit just brewing inside. I don't know. Maybe
so you would do you said both. Would you do that?
Yeah.
Would you do the AI therapy?
To be honest, I'm such a extrovert that I would rather
talk to somebody
and not go the AI route.
I think
Even
I
if you
would
say
rather
somebody?
talk to somebody too.
Yeah.
Like a human interaction.
I may procure the AI route just to see, like, hey,
to see.
I'm getting this information from this person, human being. Let me see if this person, if the
I'm
AI
not
has
mad at
anything
the people
else.
that did AI if they really couldn't afford it because you're still seeking out help, which I can respect. You gotta get it however you can get it. I'd rather you do the AI and get some type of feedback than nothing at all.
Yeah, and it's not like AI is telling you, hey, like, do something bad.
That's a whole nother
what I mean?
conversation. Because what if you get bad advice from the AI?
That I was just gonna say before this
That's a
episode
whole
ends.
nother, that's a whole nother.
I want to know where ChatGPT pulls their info from.
Yeah, and is there a warning on there? Like there has to be some type of
right? Because with Google, it's compromising all the websites. I'm sorry, it's collecting a bunch of websites together. Like, all right, cool, I got this from here. This is what I think. Even Google now has like that AI overview.
Yep.
Yeah, there has to be some
dope.
type of a header on there.
Header on
We
something.
cannot be responsible
or
for
a
this
disclaimer.
AI. Yeah, because if AI tell you to crash out,
What you gonna do?
crash.
Swerve.
And it's gonna come a day where AI ain't really the healthiest thing. You know what I mean?
Tell Elon Musk that.
Listen,
Yo,
anything in humans' hand and human
yo,
beings'
what is
hands.
Elon doing, yo?
What he did?
Yeah, did y'all see this? Elon Musk, like a couple weeks back, it was reported that Elon Musk sold Twitter to himself. Did you see that?
To his AI company.
To his AI company?
I got it right here. Elon Musk says he has sold X to his AI company. Let's see. He sold X to XAI, which is his oh my God. I feel like I farted just now. I'm sorry, guys. His artificial
gas came out.
which is his artificial intelligence company. XAI will pay $45 billion for X.
Yeah, they said he moved his money from his check-ins to his savings.
That's exactly what he did. That's exactly, I saw that. That shit had me funny.
There's got to be some like tax implications.
It's something going on. But the AI part is what's really kind of standing out to me because like, what is the future of Twitter or social media in general? Because, you know, as crazy as Elon might seem, he's not stupid.
Yeah.
So there's always...
It's like, I don't know.
surface level, but like
I know what you
big picture thinking, he's always up to something.
Yeah.
So it's like, are we moving towards AI and what does social media, Twitter look like with AI behind it? Like, because there's human interaction on there, but what have we been seeing lately? Yo, the bots. Yo, this joint is botted up. So where are we going with like Twitter and social media in general? You feel like it's going to be too AI'd out?
Yeah. I was just saying anything in like human beings' hands, sometimes I'm afraid of it, especially like if it can go far.
Yeah.
Like the whole AI thing, I think it just dumbs down our human interactions, human experience, and just overall like thinking. Anytime where you're not using your brain, where you're giving up your brain power for the sake of ease, like to continually do that, after a while, I think you're just kind of giving yourself a handicap at the end of the day.
Yeah. And we're giving up our brain power to these platforms, right? So you're putting your ideas on there, your concepts, and I'm pretty sure there's something in Twitter or Instagram or whichever platform that says, hey, we own the rights to whatever you put on there. And the AI is just eating up all that information.
Yeah.
So a couple years of us just giving out our ideas and the way we post and the way we talk, AI is eating all that up.
It's recreating you. I always say it's like, for me, the difference between learning analog time and knowing digital.
Yeah.
You got to have your base at least so that if anything ever goes awry,
you can always do it the other way.
Know how to, it's like even tuner radios and versus
like finding
digital,
the actual station with the
that's
98.7, 98.6.
That's why I'm afraid for the generations under us. I am so glad we were born when we were born.
When you had to do something manually or like actually read something. Like that's funny because my grandmother just asked me for like, y'all remember the old thermometers that had like the mercury in them that you really had to like read?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I want that. Like, I don't want the digital joint. Like, get me the original way. But we don't see that anymore. Everybody wants the digital or the easiest way to do something.
For sure.
And we know how to do both.
Yeah.
Right. That's the important part. You can do the easy way, but like, make sure you know how to read a clock or read a basic things that
we
you
had
know.
to do that.
We had no choice.
Even
no, you're fine. The kids now, they're grown into just this. So this is all they know.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for them. I'm like, damn, even if for us, it's an option, it's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice.
We choose what we want to do, even though we know how to do the other way.
Yeah. And it's funny you mention that because a lot, like even like bringing it to like mechanic or like a car, like the simplest thing on the car, like your O2 sensor.
Yeah.
Most engine bays are sized enough to where you can maneuver around it.
Right.
If you don't know, if your OEM sensor goes off and says, hey, like alert, you have to change your O2 sensor. You bring it to a mechanic or to the dealer charging you like $1,000.
The dealer's always gonna hit you in the head.
Or even a mechanic. If a mechanic knows or senses that you don't know what you're doing, they gonna charge over the head. Yo, bro, O2 sensor, just go into the engine bay, untwist it, put the other one in there.
But it looks scary.
You just save yourself $1,000.
It's a lot of valves.
But all it takes is a little bit of research.
They would have hit me for the $1,000. Yo, what I gotta do? Yo, take the $1,000, yo. Wait, just open my joint up. Mind a little tweak. They got
me. You gotta get a car though.
Q, get him.
He wants me to get a car so bad.
He wants you to get a
Here,
car.
I live in the middle of Manhattan. I have nowhere to put this car.
Still.
Where you gonna put the car?
Where I'm gonna put the car?
It up.
Park it where?
It costs $600 a month, dog, just to park.
That's a car note and insurance.
Get a storage unit. Get a storage unit.
Get a storage.
A big one.
Ain't that more than $600?
Why you ain't say this during the finesse part?
Yeah.
Nah, tell
That's
us.
your finesse.
Put the whip in the storage unit. You know what I mean?
Storage unit is
the one that you're gonna get.
Yo, look what he's
you
saying.
You got your license?
That's what I've been doing.
Yes.
So come on, bro.
Nigga told me to put my car in a storage unit. And I'm gonna have a nice car too, like not any car. So now I'm looking
even
nasty going into mini storage with my BMW. Yo, watch out, yo.
Using the elevator to go up and down.
Stupid.
You gotta leave it on the first floor. That's where the big joints at.
Yeah.
No
bullshit.
It's literally impossible.
Pierre used to work for BMW.
I know, Pierre. I think about getting a car every weekend, and it doesn't make sense.
That's the perspective he speaks from. When he
talk about get a BM.
When he talk about all that fixed
no, I
car,
have to. It's not.
No, I have to.
It wouldn't be on brand for me to do something else.
I side with that. I like BMs.
Like it's just not
like Alex's car. We need Alex's car.
You have to fix him, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Your car nice.
Thanks, man.
Your car nice.
Appreciate it. You used to fix him, right?
Not fixed, but like I was the we call it
I remember you
BMW
said
Genius.
It was like
Genius.
a Genius ball.
Yeah.
BMW.
I think that's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, they're like you said, they're taking advantage of these niggas.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know or not.
I seen the numbers.
Q, when you do get a car, and for y'all out there,
Yeah.
I don't go to the dealership. I buy the part.
Yeah, facts.
And if I don't know how to do it myself, because I ain't trying to fuck nothing up in here,
Yeah.
I pay for the quick labor.
That's what I'd be scared of.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess something up even
Feel you.
more.
Yo, come to us. We'll let you know.
I got you.
Anything
Go to
electric,
P.
I'm not the guy,
Yeah,
but
right.
because I don't want to mess up the computer. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Go to P.
Yo, y'all are funny as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, we've been talking about how we grew up,
Mhm.
Yeah.
kind of like a flashback into the past a bit.
Okay.
The Breakfast Club is an entity I grew up with.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
Same.
Classic.
Legendary.
When you think about it, we really grew up with them.
Still growing.
Still growing, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like when you think about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and just the inception of that show
Yeah.
and what it's done so far, major staple within our culture.
Yeah.
And of course, we know that it's seen some changes over the last few years,
For
most
sure.
specifically over the last few months.
Yep.
And I know we've seen the back and forth for Lauren LaRosa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just
It's
hilarious.
been a lot.
It's been a lot. They even dropped the whole song. Job is mine.
Job is mine.
Yeah.
I like that. When
I
I,
like
saw
that.
that like a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Got
I
like a
that.
flip on the Brandy joint.
I did.
And Monica, that's super
It's
dope.
content.
It's content.
COE.
Let's COE. Lean into it, right?
Lean
Now
into it.
they
They
took
both
it-
there. They both under contract. You might as well figure this out and just get some views and money from it.
Exactly.
Smart.
And you just mentioned something I wanted to talk about. They are both under contract.
Yep.
Mhm.
So as of now, at the time of this recording, it looks like they figured it out, right? I
Yeah.
think Lauren LaRosa was giving her own show. I know
I
that's
did see that.
So that
Shout
yeah.
out to her. Salute.
Big shout out to her.
Yeah.
Salute, salute, salute. I salute and commend anyone that comes into broadcasting and a journalism background, especially went to school for it.
Yep.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
To find your lane, it is not easy,
Yeah. It is
especially in New
not.
York in a major market.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. She was let go from TMZ years previous. So to see her land where she's landed,
And cooking.
And
And
doing a great
cooking.
job. Yeah.
super dope. And big salute to Jess too. I know that was a thing she had to re-navigate.
Mhm.
You know, hopping in the radio.
Yeah.
She doesn't come from radio.
Yeah.
At
She
all.
comes from social media.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
adjusting to that, I know has probably been something that she's had to get to.
But I'm glad though,
No, I'm super glad
because I always say talent will get you in the room, but it's not gonna like keep you there. And like if you see somebody else shining, we'll probably get into it.
Yeah.
But if you see someone else shining, like in the same field you are,
Yeah.
that should like cause something in you to raise up. Like I gotta be better.
I got to be better.
I gotta
You
be
know what I mean?
better.
Instead
Yeah.
of just like
It's a healthy competition.
yeah,
It is a healthy competition, no bullshit. And I hope that it just stays healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
These days, you never know what's going to happen. But what I wanted to ask us here and those of you listening, how long do we think this iteration of the Breakfast Club is going to last?
Mm.
Will it last as long as the Angela Yee era? Where's your head at? Me personally, before you guys go,
Mhm.
I think that they're stable. Right?
It's the
That's a
word.
great
I
word.
think they're in
That's a
stable
great
condition.
word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they was at before critical.
Yeah.
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 Definitely critical condition.
I got a word for you. It's homeostatic.
Homeostatic.
Okay.
I know that because you got homeostasis.
Yeah.
Homeostasis.
Okay.
Yeah, you flashbacking me and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think they're in a stable condition,
Mhm.
which is okay.
Yep.
But I don't know what the future brings. I
Mm.
don't know if they continue to support each other.
Mhm.
And do you guys think this is going to last? What's up? What do you guys think?
Oh man. I don't know how long this version. I feel like
Mhm.
one of the two women is probably going to catch the small or the wrong end of the stick. I feel like maybe
Yeah.
Jess, maybe Lauren. We don't know, but I would love to see all four of them stay. But it kind of feels like one of them gotta go, and it's not going to be Envy, and it's not going to be Charlamagne.
Mhm.
From what I guess, because there was rumors before that Charlamagne might dip, Envy might dip, but
Right.
seems like those two are like that's the
Staples.
foundation, and then that third piece is just like
Yeah.
might be ever changing, could be rotating hosts. I just think one of the women is gonna leave on their own merit. Not that they're gonna get fired or anything, but maybe Jess wants to do. She talks a lot about being on the road and doing shows
She does a
outside
lot.
of there.
She does a lot.
So maybe she just said, "Yo, I tried the radio thing. I got my feet wet. I have the experience now. If I ever want to jump back into it, I'm gonna go over here." Or maybe Lauren pops off because she does have her own show now. Maybe
Mhm.
something pops off for her because when Yee left, she got her own show, right?
Mhm.
She was still in the iHeart, but she had her own show. So I think something maybe pops off for one of those two women, and they just say, "Yo, it's no longer beneficial for me to be up here." So I don't think this current iteration that we see is going to be there as long as Angela Yee. Because how long was that?
About 10 years.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
10-year
strong
run.
At least.
10.
I don't
At
see a
least so.
10-year run.
You don't see
with
10
this
year
group.
run?
I want to see the Breakfast Club around 10 years
For
from
sure.
now, but
Yeah.
I don't. Not with this current
Yeah.
cast.
Pete, what about you? Do you think
So-
the 4 will stay?
So for me to answer that, I kind of just want to bring up the different iterations of it.
Yeah.
So I always take it from the era of non-reform Charlemagne to reform
Yeah.
Charlemagne.
Very important.
Before he met the
Non-reform
Lord in
Charlemagne,
therapy.
yeah. Box office, right?
Classic. Yeah.
Reform Charlemagne, it's still a little bit there,
It's
but
still
like
there
it's
a
for
little
like
bit.
the now more of a palette that's like, all right, you're grown, you kind of you know
You
deal
gotta
with
change
the,
with your times too, because some of that stuff he was doing, you cannot do that right now.
yeah, no.
Yeah, it's over.
And then I also think, you know, the iteration that it's in now, or the iteration with Jess only,
Yep.
was cool.
It
Before
was
Lauren,
very short lived though.
yeah,
Because she had a family.
the maternity
Congrats to her,
leave.
but yeah, it was a short lived.
When she got on there initially, I was like, okay, you know, this is kind of like breath of fresh air. This is kind of
Mhm.
new, kind of interesting. But now when Lauren hopped into the picture, when Jess was on maternity leave, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is almost like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
You getting the full scope of the stories.
good
And
journalism.
I think another thing that most people aren't realizing is like what went on during the time, the whole
Mhm.
Diddy thing, and just kind of how she was providing the news
Topics
there,
that were discussed.
the
Yeah.
topics,
Yeah.
her interactions with Charlemagne and DJ Envy,
Mhm.
and then when they came together, I kind of felt a little bit like what is going on, especially with like some of the banter that was going on between them, more so on Jess's side, but since the whole thing happened, right?
Mhm.
To me, it's not the same. So the fact that you use the word stable, I thought was so poignant because it doesn't feel like it's got the same umph to it.
Right.
It's almost like, to me, and again, I could be completely off, but
Yeah.
just my thoughts and interpretation. Jess is now more like, "Hey, friend. Hey, how you doing?"
Like
Yeah.
you kind of forcing yourself to be cool with a person
yeah,
in a way?
a little bit.
And she can't really get in her bag completely.
Yeah,
Because you already did it.
Yeah, like I
Gotcha.
feel like when you that third, because they're the third mic, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when you're that third mic on a hit show, and then you have a fourth mic now. It's like my space was already limited. Like if
Yeah.
you heard some of that back and forth, Jess was like, "Yo, you was over talking,
yeah.
right?" So now you trying to find where you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
get in. It's like, yo, I already had like 2 questions only, right? And now it's just like now I got to split my 2. So now me and P get 1 question.
Yeah,
Like,
now that's been minimized.
damn, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
So,
And like there's another point where I think most people miss this.
mhm.
And again, not to say that how Jess now is disingenuous. I just think she kind of had to just kind of realign herself with like what was going on, and she might just still be in process.
Mhm.
So I don't want to come across like I'm not saying like or not
Yeah,
giving
they still figuring it
air
out.
to her still being in process. But I think Envy had mentioned that they went to Jess and was like, hey, like you know, if you don't want her in the room, like just let us know.
Yeah.
And then she agreed to it, and it was like, I bet. And then Envy was like, the producers told her like not to come in the room, and then Red was like, all right, I guess that's what it is. To me,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's kind of messed up.
That's
You
tough.
see her shining,
Yeah.
but you gonna spite the show to say like, yo,
Yeah,
like
it's
I don't,
tough.
I'm threatened by her, so I don't want her in there. How it came across to me,
Mhm.
it was messed up. And I'm like, yo, again, like I was saying before, use that as motivation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care who you are, and this might be the athlete in me, but I don't care who you are, what you're doing in life, what your job is, what your role is.
yeah.
You don't ever take anything that you're doing as like happenstance. You take it seriously.
Right.
So like her Drake, Jess's Drake take, you know, she didn't listen to the album, but like she was kind of
Oh
fluffing.
yeah, they ate
not
up
really
a lot
reading.
about that. Yeah.
So like that's all telltale signs. Like, dang, like
I ain't
How
mad at her
not
for that
serious.
though. Sometimes you gotta let the music grow. I did the same thing. I ran up in here and was like, I ain't gonna lie. That
Nah,
Drake
but
shit-
She should've said
I
that
think she
then.
said she ain't
Oh.
listened to it at all.
Yeah, she doesn't do it
gotcha,
at all.
gotcha.
She was
still-
like, yo, this
Gotcha.
ain't the
That's
old. She
different.
said I ain't listened to it, but this ain't the old Drake. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
then
and
she
it was
had to-
in 2 different episodes
yeah, she had
or
to
2
like
different
walk it back
moments.
a little bit.
That
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Pardon
the
to-
monologue.
No, it's
Yeah.
perfect. Actually, I'm gonna respond to it.
yeah.
I love it because it puts us in perspective of what was occurring
Mm-hmm.
all these months behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like as fans, we're seeing it, but we're keeping it to ourselves because they're not talking about it.
Right. But
So-
you knew the energy was there.
You could tell. You can watch it. You can view
Yeah.
it. For me, because we actually never got the opportunity to speak about this. Q, we spoke about this at work actually.
We did.
We
We had
did.
we
Extensive
potted at work.
conversation. Yes, we did.
We were
Oh,
supposed to be
shit.
prepping for our own show. We had a whole pod.
Hey,
whole
sometimes
pod
it
with
be
our
like
team.
that.
It be like that, right?
Yeah.
For me, I think that it wasn't properly communicated to the entire crew.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know who is in charge there. I know they have a ton of producers.
Yeah.
I know Charlemagne and Envy have bosses. I know Charlemagne is an executive producer on The Breakfast Club.
Right.
whoever's job it is to communicate what's being done amongst the crew did a terrible job that day. Not even that day. Just since she was added to the crew.
You knew there was going to be another piece.
Yeah. When you knew that she took maternity leave and Lauren was doing such a emphatic job, nobody's mad at that.
Right.
I just gave her flowers.
Right.
That's lit. That's love. However, on this other side of that, you have to inform the other party who has the job,
right?
Hey, this is what we think about doing.
Right.
Let me know what you're thinking. When you get back, we plan to have her and not in your seat,
right?
But maybe right next to you.
We can, so let's do this. Yeah. I want to do a little something with y'all.
Okay.
Because we can apply this to ourselves, right? Because we have a similar situation.
Yeah.
P just had a baby girl.
Yeah.
P took some time off.
He took paternity leave.
When that was going on. Congrats to you, right?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? We took a little time off from the pod too to figure everything out, make sure P was straight, make sure we can be consistent, right?
Yes.
Let's say if we filled in P with somebody else during his leave.
I like this. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like
and we're
this.
kind of a new iteration in ourselves, just like Jess was at the Breakfast Club. Seeing those three together was new. Seeing us three together is fairly new, right? We take P out. P did a couple episodes with us. Everybody's rocking with P because P been with Need to Know for a minute, right? We bring in somebody else, whoever that person is, male or female. They're killing shit with us. Now it's Q, A, and whoever else is over there. And G, right? G is smoking shit. The comments is going crazy, right? Pot of the month for G, right? But it's time for P to come back, and that discussion needs to be had. Like, yo, we keeping G because G been killing shit. But P, you welcome to come back. We need your energy too. We like what P was doing.
Right.
We have to have that conversation. We can't just have P come back and somebody's in his seat and now he's struggling to get his thought off, or maybe P had a segment with us that he was doing.
Exactly.
That G is smoking now. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
What's the best way to handle, or how would you, or whoever here is supposed to handle that? What's the best way to go about that?
Well, I think y'all know me by now. I'm really communicative.
Yeah, that's why they call you HR for a reason.
HRA.
HRA. That sounds like something.
It is something, but not that.
I like making sure everyone is abreast to what's going on. I don't like hiding things from people. It's just not in my character. I would be remiss if I didn't do that for Pierre. You feel me? So I'm going to hit him on the side like, yo, P, can't wait till you come back.
Right.
You been seeing G killing?
Smoking. He's on fire.
Like, yo, you scared? Like,
he killing shit, right? He had 30 the last 3 pods.
Last time he was on there, you had 5.
A lot of rebounds, but
shit, he almost gave us Social Security on the last episode.
Right.
Like, he killing. But I would ask P, I'm like, yo, P, how would you feel about the insertion of him on this podcast? Do you feel comfortable? You good? Because for me, we can make it happen, baby.
Yeah.
We can make it happen.
You just turned into Rob 49.
Yeah, Louisiana, baby. What the hell?
What the hell? I like that.
I like that. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, Berry?
I like it. They got me.
That's what Pierre would be telling me.
No,
if
for real.
I was to do them with no communication, you'd be like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you tell me what's going on? And I would never do that to somebody that I care about. And my brother, you feel what I'm saying? So again, back to who's in charge. And why I'm asking you this question.
A good wait, can we go back to that little point right there? Somebody that you care about and somebody that's your brother.
Exactly.
Did they feel about that to Jess? Was that somebody that they cared about?
No,
was
you're
that
right.
Sis?
You're right.
Because she was new in the fold. Y'all have history.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that counts for something.
But you know what, though? I feel like they still had enough time with her because she was also one of the people that was auditioning for that spot.
Right.
It was a rotating seat for about a year.
Yeah. So they knew.
Yeah, they knew of her. But like you
just
said,
got to keep it professional at some point.
Right.
You don't got to love somebody or have a in-depth relationship with somebody. That's just professionalism. Like, this is what's going on. Boom. You like it, you don't. But G staying here.
G gonna stay.
G killing.
I'm gonna tell P though.
Yeah.
So it's either but even through that, again, it's personalized to me.
Yeah.
If I heard that, I would know. Okay, I could either get with the program genuinely or just bounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I like it, like let me get into the fold and try to see where I fit in and where
I can make it work.
You know what I mean? As opposed to like, take him off. He killing it.
Exactly.
Killing it.
Now I don't know how Jess is digesting all of this.
Yeah.
Which is why I was asking you guys because sure they're stable now, but in the future,
like long term,
right? Do these things linger in the back of your mind?
10 years, for
right? About how you were treated here initially.
I don't see 10.
You don't see 10. You ain't got 10 in the top.
How long do you see?
I would say until I don't know the contract situation is up, but I would imagine until Jess' contract is up, which is probably in 2 years. I don't know their
Makes sense.
contract. I'm not
No
gonna guess,
re-signing?
but
Hmm.
when it's re-sign time, I think that's where things get tricky.
Game time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
She either asked for like she did say on Shay Shay that she asked for the bag.
I think she
Yeah.
got the bag.
She definitely
You know
got
what
the
I'm saying?
bag.
But when it's re-up time, also does that bring her number down now? Because we got, if you don't take this bag, we got G here, yo.
But not for nothing, man. If 600, 700,000 a year,
Yeah.
G could kill on every episode.
Yeah,
That's what I
facts.
said. I'll come in here, give my little thought, and let G rock out.
And let G rock out.
G.
Hey, G, take it away.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Especially for a person like Jess, and I hope she thinks this way.
Mhm.
She's so talented. I don't like all of the berating that they
pitting.
do for her on the internet.
Oh yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, they be going a little overboard.
I think it's recency bias. Real
Yeah.
shit. Like when I remember when Vine was popping off, when
Mhm.
Instagram was taking off, she was one of those main content creators
Trailblazer.
that was funny. I ain't gonna lie to you.
is.
She's also a mother. She's also very busy, and she has motion. Like
Yeah, she
if
does.
I'm her, if I'm just hilarious and I know I got motion,
Mhm.
I could go book a movie.
Yeah.
I could go do some stand up. I could go do a
I ain't
couple
tripping.
shows.
Wouldn't even let the comments phase you.
Lauren, go
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah,
sis.
yeah,
yeah.
700 a year is still coming.
It's still
Facts.
coming. And like you said,
Huh.
Jess got other stuff going on. So she's just not a prisoner, just like, yo, this is the only thing that's giving me motion. I had motion before I came to the Breakfast Club. So
Exactly.
this is just a little piece to my puzzle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'll just rock out with that.
I'll rock out to this contract.
And like to what Alex was saying, what I feel at the time was short sighted. Yo, if I see y'all killing something and I know I can add to it, yo, let's team up. Like let's try to figure out what we
Right.
can do
Yeah.
out of here just to make sure like we both are coming up
Yeah.
financially.
That's how this pod started.
No
Yeah.
bullshit.
I seen A had something going. I said, yo, A.
That's exactly how it started.
Mhm.
I was like, and then Kieran was like, maybe you just bring everybody together. I was like,
yeah. And I
let's do
told
it.
you, I'm like, yo, I don't mind doing this.
But didn't I come to you,
yeah.
Gil?
And there was communication there.
Yeah.
And I came to P too.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like that should always be communicated.
Yeah.
I don't blame her for walking in on the first day back in school
Yeah.
and somebody in her desk.
Somebody at my seat, yo,
Yeah.
same seats.
Like same seats.
Same seats.
Wasn't it assigned seating?
It was always same seats in school. You
I
know,
remember
yo.
assigned
Yeah.
seating.
And then you just stand there. Yo, this is my seat, yo. You just stand next to do it in your seat. Yo,
Jason,
come on,
you
bro.
know I'll be sitting here.
Yo, you know, yo, my pen right there.
Come on now.
Are we
Yeah.
missing something though? I just had
Yeah.
this thought.
About Jess?
Nah, about us and the situation. We're men.
Mm,
All right, Pete, be careful.
yeah. Tread very lightly.
Nah, I'm treading.
Yeah.
Doggy paddle.
I'm waist up.
I'm wasted.
Doggy
Nah, go
paddle.
ahead,
Like,
though.
Go ahead.
there's a difference though
There
between like how men.
is a
think
difference
of
between the way
competition.
men and women handle things.
Yeah.
I will say that. There might be a little bit more emotion from the women's side.
Mhm.
There
Or-
could be.
Or maybe just
Men
have.
be emotional too.
Oh yeah,
Don't lie.
we definitely do.
Just
Because-
handle it differently.
I
Because
think
if that would have happened, okay.
I think it's just how a person handles disrespect,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
what they consider to be disrespectful.
Right.
Because I think Jess felt like it was disrespectful. Like
Yeah.
y'all gave me the job, I'm back here, and she's in my seat. Y'all know it's my seat, and she not moving. And everybody's looking at
and
me.
I picked her according to what she said.
Yeah.
She said, I
Exactly.
picked her to be-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just how a person deals with disrespect. I know some women that deal with disrespect really well.
Mhm.
I know some men that deal with disrespect really bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's vice
and
versa.
you're being disrespected in a public space. Everybody's seeing
Yeah.
the disrespect. It's not something that happened behind the scenes. Like the
Mhm.
camera's on, everybody's saying this. They see it. So it's
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
it adds on to it.
Yeah. All right, man. We've been really potting our asses off today.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to leave you
Alright.
guys on a wild thought. We could probably hit them with a cliffhanger today.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right. Wild thought of the day here on We Have More Thoughts. We either have a deep thought or a wild thought.
Yeah.
Today, we have a wild
Well,
thought.
wow. We started freaky, so you got to end wild, right? You see what you're doing?
You know what's funny? My wild thought is actually not freaky.
It's all right.
It just sounds wild.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. And this is I'm pulling this from what I've been digesting on my algorithm as of late.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you was going to say on the alkalinic.
My alkalinic
Alkaline.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be so proud of me. I haven't eaten any bullshit
Word.
in over 2 weeks.
Same.
Yeah. He's been doing really good. I've been
Thanks.
watching.
Yeah.
He preted at work.
Yeah.
What you been-
Legumes, water,
Yeah,
Okay.
pumpkin seeds.
pumpkin seeds.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Yeah, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Brazilian nuts.
Yeah. Wow.
Or,
Mm. And he looked me in my eye while
I
he
seen
said
it. I
no,
seen
I'm
it.
look it up. Brazilian
Like-
nuts are
like,
good
why-
for
why-
heart health.
Why would he want to
It's
end
a
on that?
Pacific nut. All right, forget it.
You could have called it
Wild
a
thought.
grain.
Wild
Nah,
thought.
he wanted
See?
to.
You could have said a Brazilian grain, right?
All right,
I see
my
what he's
fault.
doing today.
It's on me. It's
All right.
my fault.
Yeah.
Glad
Oh.
you're healthy though.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I feel great.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
My wild thought of the day. I think in the future you will be allowed to take streaming as a course in college.
Wow. He went wild.
That's not
Yeah.
a wild thought.
It's not.
No, I don't consider that.
I
also.
you don't consider it to be a wild thought?
Yeah.
Okay, for me it is, because just to think about attending a college, or imagine walking into college, you sit down and they talk about how to set up a live stream.
Nah, you cooking
can
with that
imagine it.
because the curriculum is gonna have to change at some point.
It's gonna
Some
have
of the stuff that we learn,
The way streamers have incorporated some of the things that we love on a normal basis, on a daily
Facts.
level,
Yeah.
that's how I know it's only gonna go but there.
Yeah.
I just saw a stream with Plaque Max and Will Smith.
Yeah.
I seen the still of it. I didn't watch.
Saw the
it.
still of it?
Yeah.
Fam, I saw Plaque Max, who is no older than 22, 23 years old.
Killing shit.
Killing shit.
Yeah.
Okay? Will Smith, who's a legend,
Legend.
went up there, sat down, and I think some of the coolest things about it is the music approach that they're having within it, right? The Neons of the world, the Plaque Maxes, the Kai Sanats, etc., the DDGs, where they're essentially doing these streams to make music with people that we love. So now we're able to see the process of an artist, okay? How they're punching in the bars. Are they doing one take? How they selecting the beats, things of that nature.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw Will Smith do. I saw Will Smith go up there and one take a whole not a 16, nigga, had to be like a 76. I don't even know.
Will
No
went up
breathing.
there and gave him 76 straight.
Straight.
All right.
Straight.
Cadence was cool.
What?
He was flowing.
Was he? It shocked me.
I like to see that though. Somebody that
Same.
did that. I saw that during the pandemic when Tory Lanez had
Thank
you remember that, right?
Yeah.
He did like a lot of late
Say,
night.
wait, say his name proudly though, bro.
Tory, I
You all
like
right?
Tory.
All right, I just
We gotta
wanted to
get
check
him out of
that.
that. We gotta get him out of
You
that
Tory
spot.
Vengeance, man. We gonna
That's
have a
what
whole
I'm saying,
episode
bro.
on
No,
y'all
but he
soon.
was going live during the
for sure.
pandemic.
He was.
Aside from the quarantine radio,
Yeah.
he was showing his creative process of
Process,
just
yeah.
like, yo, I'm at home in the studio. Yo, punch that in again. He has some hits on there.
For sure.
Yes.
I still got it live recorded in my phone. Song was Heat. I forgot the
Yeah.
name of it. I mean, he never put it out.
Right.
Heat, and I'm like, yo, that's like a throwaway for you. You're not going to do anything
Like,
with this. Like
that's
he
what they
just
do.
came up with it on the spot. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Kind of breaking down the fourth
to
wall in a
see that
sense.
process and
Yeah.
to see it live, like you're saying, like Plaque Boy was on a live stream. So this is not like edited. This is just happening right now.
Yeah, in
Live.
real time.
Fire.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Super, super dope. And everybody else is probably going to continue the trend. I just saw the DDG with the baby, and they did a stream live.
Yeah.
I mean, not a stream live, a session live on stream.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, podcasting is a course now
Yeah, for
at
sure.
certain schools and colleges.
Streaming,
Yeah.
podcasting.
Yes. I think they're going to incorporate streaming as well.
So before the whole entrepreneurship boom, right?
Mhm.
I went to my own college, graduated from my own college. There were no courses or classes, anything relating to the such.
Yeah.
I go back a few years later, there's a course on entrepreneurship. So anything that involves money
Yep.
or, money being made,
Exactly.
i.e. podcasting, streaming,
Mhm.
Exactly.
especially, having to do with kids coming up, you're gonna have courses for
They
that.
have to incorporate
Yeah.
that. They're going to have to.
They'd be doing them a disservice to not have that.
Yeah.
It really would. And the kids would request for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, these dudes
Especially
is making millions of dollars off that.
millions of dollars.
So it's like,
why would they
if
not?
you can teach somebody print journalism and all of that, and you're going to make, you know what I'm saying? If you're lucky, you'll make a decent amount of money off that. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you teach somebody something that's going to make them millions? Or
And if-
potentially could make a million.
The arts, right?
Yeah.
That's part of the arts.
And with new industries or upcoming industries,
They're
like
booming,
there's
yep.
also like a whole different folder of other things that come.
But like a
behind it.
social media manager is a job now, right? When we was in school,
Yeah.
you couldn't study to be a social
Nah.
media manager. That
You gotta-
wasn't a thing.
Now you got to know analytics.
Every company has a social media
what's
manager.
Every
trending. Yeah.
So that's
Right.
just adding to the curriculum. I like
Oh,
that. That was a good thing.
Thanks, man.
And,
Appreciate
and, and like I was saying, in terms of like
Yeah.
the different industries that fall behind it, now you have computer technicians, you have editors,
it.
Yep.
you have people behind the camera, you have people setting up the stream,
Mm-hmm.
knowing what the upload and download
The
speeds
speed,
are,
yeah, all of that.
different file transfers, what files transfer the fastest. and all
Because
that
there's a
stuff.
lot that goes in the stream.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
I don't think people understand.
Yeah.
I tried to do a little deep dive on it, and damn, I didn't realize you needed so much
It's a
equipment.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about.
Yo, so
Yeah.
most people might not know this, and I
No,
know
you're
we're about
fine.
to end, but
Yeah.
there's a thing called that we use to broadcast. It's called Live View or TVU.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It sends out an RF signal. It's got a SIM card. It's basically a huge cell phone. For streamers, you wear that. They call it Live View or TVU.
Mhm.
Different iterations of it, but pretty much it's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to work that, you can't be mobile. If you don't know how to, if you don't know the fail
Got
safes
you.
of it, if you
Got
don't
you.
like, just in terms of like what
Like you
need
can't
to
do an
know.
IRL in
You
real
cannot do an
life.
Yeah, you
when
can't
you're
go to
walking
Africa,
around on stream.
Can't go to Australia.
Wow.
You could do it, but
Yeah,
it's not going live.
work, yeah.
You gotta have to
See,
put it to the card and then.
that's something you're gonna learn in a course.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
it.
Oh shit! You gonna be the professor?
I know
Yeah,
it.
Professor P.
Professor P. There you go, streaming professor.
We do that at the Giants.
Oh,
Mm.
salute to the Giants and the
Yeah,
Jets.
Come on, man. Big P.
Big New
And the
York.
Jets, big New York.
That's fine.
All right, cool. I'm gonna leave him with a cliffhanger.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay. When I think about life at 16 years old,
I would love
I'm
to be.
still so.
oh my god!
No. We gotta do this. Yo, hey, I need a picture of you at 16. We gotta put it up for the people. We have
Okay,
to.
I'ma
We need
find
I'm
it.
gonna do a deep dive on my phone to find that.
We're
photo.
not gonna-
I'ma find
he got
I
it,
got it. Before we leave, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
That should be the album.
Wild thought.
Album art.
I mean, what's your cliffhanger? Yes.
Yeah. Now, my cliffhanger.
Yes.
As I think about life at 16 and 17,
Yes.
I've always been a natural born hustler.
Ah,
It's the African man in
out
me,
the mud.
out the mud. And I had to get a job at a very young age to get some of the things I wanted.
3 years old.
Yeah.
What? And I recently went to, damn, I don't want to say what it was, but I'm leaving y'all on the cliffhanger right
Okay.
here. What was your first job and how did it shape you? Okay, I want y'all to think about that. Y'all in the comments too. You want to leave it on the next episode or this episode right here, leave it right here. But I want you guys to think about that.
Okay.
What was your first job and how did it shape you?
Bad.
Because boy, did my first job shape me
Molded you up.
and molded me right on the fuck up.
Couple bricks, right?
This has been We
Yeah.
Have More Thoughts.
Get us out of here safely.
Get us out of here safely.
The Ricos is going on. That's not you. Dog.
I'm gonna share this picture if we can, so we
Yo.
can share this. All right, y'all.
Why we gotta end right now? Who is that? No, we picking this back up next pod.
Who is
Yeah, we picking this. We're starting the
I'm
next pod with
hearing
that
right now, bro.
That's perfect. Close us out.
Yo, this has been We Have More Thoughts.
Wait till next week.
Where
You just wait.
What?
where A,
That's no
P and
hat.
Q, A, keeping on your P's and Q's. I was still wearing one.
I don't give a fuck
You had
what
a
you
hat?
talk about.
Yeah, it's my
right
style, bro.
Yo,
Fuck.
who is
now.
that
No,
in
but look
that
at
picture,
his
bro?
face, son.
Let me see.
I got you. Bye.
Yo,
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye. Bye.